As much of the world continues its countdown to midnight, the new year has already arrived in the South Pacific. Auckland has become the first major city to usher in 2026, welcoming the new year with fireworks from the iconic Sky Tower. The celebration places New Zealand several hours ahead of Europe and the Americas, setting the tone for global New Year festivities. While the very first place to see the new year is typically Kiritimati, also known as Christmas Island in Kiribati, Auckland holds the distinction of being the first major global city to mark the moment, drawing worldwide attention. Joining us now is our senior international correspondent and anchor, Afua Hagan. Afua, first of all, compliments of a season. And then secondly, why does Auckland celebration hold such significance? I mean, I can see the beautiful fireworks there, launching them into 2026. Why is it so important?
Well, Auckland sets the tone for the rest of the celebrations that we'll see over the coming day and into the evening. Those gorgeous fireworks from the Sky Tower there. And as you so rightly said, Christmas Island is actually the first place to welcome in the new year, being 14 hours ahead of Lagos. But like I said, Auckland really sets the tone. It's the first internationally recognised city, the first global city to welcome in the new year. And those images will be broadcast around the world right now, the first big New Year's celebrations that are carried by broadcasters. And like I said, it sets the tone for the celebrations that will take place across every time zone. So now all other cities feel like they have to live up to those gorgeous celebrations, the gorgeous fireworks from the Sky Tower there in Auckland.
I tell you, I mean, Nigeria is way behind and we can't wait to cross over. But then, I mean, a lot of people might be confused about the distinction. We often hear that Kiritimati is the first place to welcome the new year. So what makes Auckland different, in terms of being the first major city? Many might not understand that distinction.
Yeah, and we really do have to iron out that distinction. Christmas Island, Kiritimati, first place. Auckland is the first major city, the first kind of global international city. Kiritimati, a very small island with a very small population, probably had very small celebrations as well. But by contrast, Auckland is a global city. It's a major economic hub. So that's the first sort of major economic hub, that first internationally recognised city to cross over into the new year.
I mean, I can solidly guess that being the first global major city would hold a lot of water. But how important are these New Year celebrations for Auckland and New Zealand in terms of cultural and economical values? From Auckland, the celebrations now move to westward. So how important are these New Year celebrations?
Oh, they're so important actually to any major city because it's a major boost for tourism, for hospitality, for the nighttime economy. We're in this space between Christmas and New Year where not really much happens. Everybody kind of beds in. And so this is a time for people to come out and people to celebrate. It's a huge boost for the economy. Thousands of people gathering, possibly into their millions, to witness these fireworks. It's also a really powerful piece of soft diplomacy as well, right? Like we said, it's the first major city, reminding the world that New Zealand is ahead of us, I guess, in the time zones, but very much part of a global conversation.
So tell us, Afua, which other major cities are next to ring in 2026? I know Nigeria is nowhere near, but what other major cities?
Yeah, London is nowhere near as well. We still have the whole day to go. But the time zones start moving westwards. So onto Australia with Sydney and Melbourne being next. Now, quite significant celebrations in Sydney this year. They have been tapered down somewhat because of that terrible terrorist attack that took place on Bondi Beach only a few weeks ago. The actual Bondi Beach celebrations have been cancelled, but the famous fireworks that we see over Sydney Opera House will be still going ahead. the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, saying that he didn't want Australians to feel like their celebrations were cancelled. Of course, they have to be tapered and they have to be respectful, but basically saying that Australians shouldn't be afraid and they will not be cowed by terrorism. So there will be some commemorations to those who died in that terrible terrorist attack that took place on Bondi Beach, but those celebrations still going ahead. And like I said, moving westwards across Europe, across the continent of Africa as well, and across to London over the course of the hours through the day.
All right, senior international correspondent and anchor Afua Hagan, thank you for bringing us up to speed on that. And definitely, I mean, we will tag along as other countries cross over. But at the end of the day, in less than 24 hours, we all would have seen 2026 and experienced what it is like. Thank you so much for bringing us the update from the other side.